Welcome to Movie Recaps with Brian. Subscribe below for daily recaps. Today, we're recapping Honey Don't, directed by Ethan Coen. In Bakersfield, California, private investigator Honey O'Donohue, actor Margaret Qualley, is summoned to a late-night crash by homicide detective Marty Medakowicz, actor Charlie Day, who pointedly refuses to acknowledge Honey's sexuality during their exchanges. Honey hides her recognition of the dead driver, Mia Novotny, a prospective client who had arranged to meet with her that very day. The secrecy unsettles Honey, but she chooses to investigate quietly rather than admit her personal connection. Her next case comes from Mr. Siegfried, actor Billy Eichner, a lonely man convinced his boyfriend is cheating. Honey tails the boyfriend with brisk efficiency before visiting her sister Heidi, where she slips into the familiar chaos of family life, surrounded by her nieces and nephews. Among them is Corinne, actor Talia Ryder, a rebellious teenager testing boundaries with boys and authority alike. Looking into Mia's background, Honey leans on her police contact M.G. Falcone, actor Aubrey Plaza, who discreetly provides Mia's home address. At the Novotny residence, Honey finds devastated parents who explain that Mia had recently fallen in with the Four-Way Temple, a religious sect led by Reverend Drew Devlin, actor Chris Evans. Behind the pulpit, Drew masks a lucrative drug enterprise. His charisma keeps the congregation enthralled, even as he exploits them sexually. His right-hand man, Shuggy, actor Josh Pavchek, interrupts Drew mid-tryst to report that one of their drivers has overdosed on stolen product. Soon after, their French liaison, Cher, actor Lara Abova, coolly reminds Drew that Mia's suspicious death threatens their stability. Drew insists he is blameless, though his evasiveness only deepens her doubts. Meanwhile, Hector, actor Jacques Nier, a small-time dealer under Drew, panics when a client propositions him after refusing to pay. In a frenzied escape, Hector runs the man over. Ordered by Drew to silence potential leaks, Shuggy murders Hector's grandmother, but the younger man manages to kill Shuggy in turn. Fueled by rage and grief, Hector storms Drew's home and attacks him in bed, only for Drew to disarm him and deliver a fatal shot, his dominance intact, but his empire shaken. Honey's two cases converge when she realizes Siegfried's boyfriend was the man Hector killed. The grim coincidence weighs on her, and she seeks release in a charged bar encounter with MG that turns physical. Their chemistry only grows deeper when MG later reveals the scars of her own childhood abuse and confesses that her violent father died overseas in combat. At home, Honey's family life frays further when Corinne turns to her after being beaten by her boyfriend. Soon the girl is unnerved by an older man who follows her, professing his love. Honey discovers that the man is none other than her estranged father, who abandoned her and Heidi decades ago. The revelation only sharpens Honey's fear that Corinne might slide into the same destructive orbit that consumed Mia. Marty reappears with startling evidence. Mia had not died in the crash, but had been stabbed before being placed in her car. The new murders tied to the temple, Shuggy and Hector's grandmother, tighten the net. Honey confronts Drew directly, and he chillingly defends his exploitation of vulnerable young women as divine entitlement. But Drew's control unravels when Cher, after an intimate encounter, ends their partnership and murders him in his own bed. Honey spots her leaving the scene, but when she tries to press the issue, Marty refuses to authorize a search of the temple, dismissing her instincts. Then, in a shocking turn, Honey surprises MG at her family home only to realize that she has abducted Corinne. MG's polished facade crumbles as she admits to killing her abusive father and confesses that her trauma has driven her into a spiral of violence. She stabs Honey, forcing the investigator into a desperate struggle that ends with MG shot dead by her own service weapon. Honey collapses but awakens later in an ambulance, alive and rescued alongside Corinne, who was minutes from becoming MG's next victim. The police link MG to Mia's murder, her death staged as a traffic fatality, as well as the unsolved killings of two sex workers. life edges back toward normal. At a Bakersfield stoplight, Honey catches sight of Cher in a sleek car. Their eyes meet, and a playful spark passes between them, leaving Honey's future entangled once more with danger. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe below to watch more movie recaps with Brian. Watch the full movie on your streaming sites and comment below which movie you'd like to see recapped next.